Hello guys, Crypto Mike is here, and today we're gonna start the trading academy. Okay, so we're gonna start with the basics. I know that I have post uh, about levels, but I'm gonna do it again, starting from scratch. I'm gonna go uh, one by one. Okay, so from basics to advanced. Okay, I'm gonna explain everything to you. And also I would like to do the same and start with the basics. Forget everything that you have learned. Forget about indicators for now. Okay, we're gonna focus on the chart only. Okay, so I'm gonna start with levels. Okay, are the most. So the concept of trading levels and support and resistance. Okay, are the most highly uh, discussed in trading in technical analysis. Okay, so are the most important in technical analysis. Okay, uh, levels, these levels actually they act as barriers. Okay, preventing the price of a coin from getting pushed in a certain direction. Okay, um, so actually, let me start um, and see how we can draw levels. Okay, so as I said before, always before enter a trade, always start drawing your levels. Okay, this is the first step and is the most important one. And always start from weekly, daily, and lower. Okay, so we go on weekly. It's important also to have the candles and not Heiken Ashi or any other bars. Okay, so it's important to have the candles. Why? Because we are using the wicks. Okay, so these wicks actually are very important. If we're gonna use something else, we won't have these wicks. Okay, and there can be some errors in our trading. Okay, also for Heikin-Ashi candles, the wicks sometimes are bigger. Okay, also can we can make errors. Okay, so it's better to use the normal candles. So we're gonna start from weekly. Okay, and we're gonna draw some levels here on BTC. Okay, we're gonna use the magnet tool. Okay, weak magnet. Okay, we have this mode on, and we're gonna use horizontal ray. Okay, and we actually look for the swing slow. Okay, so the swing slow actually it's the last candle, the last down candle. Okay, for example a red candle. Okay, for me here it's more like yellow. So this is the last candle and we're gonna mark this wick here. Okay, so as you see in the future this level it's respected. Okay, the next one you go up and you mark again the last candle. So here we have only one candle and we're gonna mark this wick here. Okay, this low wick, and this is also acts as support. As you see in the future it's respected. Okay, and you can go on. Let's actually do it. Here we have one. I will say, so for me yellow it's red, okay? So we have one, two, and then the black starts. So we mark this one here, okay, this week here. So this is how you actually draw support lines, okay? Now let's see for resistance. So for resistance, we go for the green bars. For me, it's black. So if I made so this, if this was support, then we go and see, we check the last candle. So this is the last candle, last black candle, and we're gonna mark this wick here, okay? Then we mark the support here, and now we're gonna mark the resistance, and we have one candle, two candle, and we're gonna mark this top here of this candle, okay? And then we have two candles down and two candles up. If it's too close, for example, the wick, if it's too close to the resistance, to another resistance, if you want, you can mark it or leave it, okay? It's up to you. Okay, so this is how you mark support and resistance. Um, so we take the last down candle, the wick, and we mark support, and the last candle up, and we mark the top wick as resistance. After you mark this, so for example, we are on weekly, it's important to note them, okay? So you can double click on the line, you see text here, and you can actually write here weekly, okay? And it shows here in the right, okay? And you know that it's a weekly level, okay? So for example, if you are on 4-hour chart, you know that this is a weekly level, okay? So you can actually mark them all. Um, so what is exactly support and resistance? So at first, the explanation behind identifying these levels maybe seems easy now, but as you'll find out, support and resistance can come in various forms, and the concept, it can be more difficult to master than it first appears. So this is just the basics, but we're gonna go in depth more and more, okay? So support and resistance levels are to identify price points on the chart where the probability of a pause or reversal might happen, okay? Um, so support actually occurs where a downtrend is expected to pause due to the concentration of demand, okay? So if it's enough demand, so this is how the price actually move on the chart. So if it's enough demand at this level, okay, the price, it won't go lower, okay? It's gonna hold and it may go up, okay, because it's enough demand. Um, if the price reach a resistance, people actually sell there, okay? So if there is no demand, the price will not break that resistance, okay? So when price it's falling, it will fall until it finds a huge uh, buy zone demand, okay, and at that time a support it will form, okay. So as the price of coin drops, the demand increase and it's forming a support line. Meanwhile, resistance zone arise due to selling interest when the price have increased. So once an area or zone of support or resistance has been identified, those price level can serve as potential entry or exit points, because as the price reaches a point of support or resistance, it will do one of two things: bounce back away from the support or resistance level, or it's gonna violate the price level and continue in its direction until it hits the next support or resistance level. So having these levels identified on your chart, you know where to buy. So this, if it's weekly, the level means that it's stronger, and you can have more trust in that support or resistance if it's a weekly. Daily level also is strong, but not stronger than weekly. And a 4-hour level is stronger, but not stronger than daily or weekly. Okay, so the more time the price has hold the level over a longer period of time, the more that level it gets stronger. Okay, and also when it's gonna break a strong level, it's gonna have a big reaction, up or down, depends where it's gonna break. So after you identify the levels on weekly, then you go on daily. So this is the the routine. You go on daily and you do the same thing on daily. Then you go on 4 hours, and that's all that you need. So if you have too many levels on your chart, you can do this. So you can go here on object tree, okay, and you can click on horizontal line and create a group, and you can put all this in this group like this, and you can rename this group, for example, weekly levels. Okay, and now you have all grouped together, and if you click on the eye, it's gonna disappear, and if you click again, it's gonna appear. So you can have a clear chart, but also identifying the levels. Um, why did I use the horizontal array and not this horizontal line? It's because I want to know from this level from where it starts actually. Okay, so I know it's from here. Okay, if I put this one, I don't know from which candle or week I have created this support, and I have to go back and check every time frame. Okay, so this is why I use the horizontal array. Okay, so support and resistance can help you have a good entry, a good exit. You know where to entry, you know where to exit. You also can spot reversals, so you can ditch any indicator, any reversal indicator, because they are way too late. It's gonna give you a signal when it's already moving up, but you can actually buy before that. Okay, only using support and resistance. So as if you are a beginner trader, you can ditch like everything and just use support and resistance and trade on them. But do not use, I don't recommend you to use support on and resistance on lower time frames than 4 hours, okay, because they are weak and you cannot rely on them, and you can actually lose trades, okay. So use only strong levels, okay. One more thing before I'm gonna finish the first lesson. So on weekly was pretty easily to spot um, the levels and to draw them, but the more you go on lower time frames, it's harder because you have maybe for untrained eye, it's harder to spot them. You may see so many wicks and you do not know which one to actually to mark. But until your eye it's gonna be trained and you're gonna spot them with your eye in time. But until then you can use something like this indicator. Let me um, let's see if I find, for example, this one, pivots points, high low. Any pivots points actually it works. So let me remove. Okay, I'm gonna leave only the lines. So if you go on weekly, the thing with these indicators, it doesn't show you all the levels, but it's fine, okay. So it shows you, okay, that here it's a level and you can mark it. Here it's a level and you can mark it, and also here, okay, and also here, okay. So you can use this indicator to see where it's gonna show you the lines and you mark them, okay. Then you go on daily and you see all these lines. Actually this indicator is not very good because it gives way too many swings here. So I'm gonna remove it. So no, I do not recommend you using indicator like that. Just look if you see too many wicks, just do like this, okay. So if you are on daily, so you have here black, 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 and here you have yellow, or means a red. So you can actually mark this one, okay. Then you have black, 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 okay, and it stops, means that here you mark it as resistance. So where it stops the move up, you mark it as resistance, and where it stops the move down, you mark it as support, okay. Here it goes down and it stops here, and you're gonna mark this level as support. Then so it's important here, for example, you also have another candle down here, but if you have a wick like this, a long wick like this, that it's lower, okay, than the next one, then one second. Then you're gonna mark also this one. Yes. So you're gonna mark the longer one. Okay. Then you have two candles up. So you mark this as support, as a resistance, sorry. Then you have three candles down and you mark this as support. Then you have one candle up. You can mark this as a resistance, okay. And from here you don't need to mark anymore because it moves inside this range, okay. So you don't need to mark anything else. And as you see, once it breaks this resistance, it has a big break up, okay. So this is how you mark the levels, okay. And you do the same here. If you want um, bigger range, you can just mark only the lowest, for example this one, okay, and the highest, this one, okay, and you have a range like this, okay, a big range like this. But if you trade on lower time frames and you want to make multiple trades, then you should mark everything, okay. You should mark everything. So this is my lesson for levels, support and resistance. If you're gonna use only this basic thing, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have more winning trades. So thank you guys for watching this, and we're gonna see again in the next lesson, where we're gonna talk about accumulation and distribution. Okay, have a nice day.